All right, Aaron, I'm so excited to talk about this movie because it's so cool. First and foremost, I gotta know, are you a beer lover? How much do you love that drink?
I am a beer lover, a bit actually, and it's the reason why I made the film because as a beer lover, my wife and I realized that everywhere we went, breweries, that we were the only or among the people of color inside tap rooms. So that was kind of the catalyst to starting to make one pint at a time.
Yeah, it was interesting because I had no idea that Black-owned breweries make up less than 1% of the breweries in operation. Tell me about the moment that you realized that fact was true.
Well, I realized when I was reaching the data, whatever data was out there. And this is back in, I'd say late 17, 2018-ish, because no hard data, shall we say, existed at the time about the makeup of, the ethnic makeup of a brewery, because it wasn't something that the Brewers Association was collecting. And it wasn't until 2018 that they hired their first diversity ambassador, who's actually in the film as well, to kind of maneuver and collect and understand and help with the changing trends in the craft beer industry, because sales were flatlining, and a part of that as a result just lack of diversity in general, and clientele, of course, at breweries. But it was shocking, because if you look at data that they did have, which was on the consumer side, about, and the holds true, so about 1/3 of beer drinkers today identify as multicultural. So not from the majority, yet 1% of breweries are owned. That's a huge discrepancy. So I want to produce a film that gave this small community within the beer scene in America a chance to shine. No film had ever done that before in terms of highly minority stories in the brewing industry.
What do you think the differences are when you started looking into these breweries that makes them unique amongst the big chains that we know and love?
Well, for some of them, it's their cultural heritage that they bring in, into the rest, as well as honoring even older heritage back to ancient Egypt time. A lot of people, and myself included, when I was starting to drink beer, I always thought about this being just a European thing. Came from Europe, didn't really think much about it beyond that. You think about the Belgian monks, think about Oktoberfest in Germany, which is the biggest in the world. Really where you kind of stop. So you think, nah, beer is European. Why African Americans care to involved in it? You just kind of, a lot of people would think like that. You miss it. But then you realize, the more you look into it, you realize beer goes way back, or at least fermented beverages go back, and back in ancient Egypt. It was even made by women, and it was beer was used to as currency for pyramids were built. It's these interesting facts that you find out, and also that in most African countries, still beer is made by women, and it's a very communal thing, and that's a huge difference between when you think who makes beer there versus what you picture about who makes beer here. So when you have folks in the country that are honoring that part of their heritage, it's just interesting. Like, you have folks in film that are adding aliens to beers, and that kind of thing, and which isn't something that everyone does, well, because he's from New Orleans. And you have the gentleman who's honoring his Egyptian baking traditions. Not that he's connected, but he's honoring that. So a lot of his recipes, he names them. You know, he gives them these ancient names, and he tries to find recipes from different parts of the world to bring to his brewery. So it really is when if more cultures are involved with beer because they bring that to the customers, and then the customers aren't thinking the same IPA or stout or lager, you know, every single day.
I love that. And I also love that you're shifting the perception of everybody who makes and drinks beer. So congratulations on that. And congratulations on Santa Fe Film Festival.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time today. Have a good one.
Bye.